What up, Leaders? Welcome back to my channel. That's the Best Western Hotel. So today I'm going to show you what the hotel looks like from all four sides. We're on Regent Street. It's about 7:30 in the morning, and that's Regent Street looking east. And just at the corner of Regent Street. That's Regent Street looking west. They've just started to unveil this hotel and to put up the markings. So the last thing they did is they put up the Aiden Hotel sign. So that's a sign on the side of the building saying it's an Aiden Hotel. That's the brand. Belongs to the Aiden Group. And they have removed some of the scaffolding and the protective covering. So now we can see the exterior walls of the hotel. So based on what I can see so far, this hotel has windows on three sides. It has windows on three sides. And we're looking at the south side and the east side. That's what we can see from this location. There's somebody still working on the outside there. We're looking at the south side. This is the side that has the Aiden symbol on it, Aiden brand. And the east side. What is interesting is the color. They've left the walls white with some orange brickwork in between. Alright, so this is the color of the hotel. They've also added the Aiden sign on this side as well. They're now cleaning the windows, I suppose, finishing up the exterior walls. So we can see the windows on the south side and the east side. That's what we're looking at right now, walking on Street. Right, this is Street. We're now at the corner of Ornock and Robb Street. Right, this is Robb Street looking east. Alright, and Ornock Street. So the colors are orange and white. Now we can see the north side. This is the north side. Also white. And this is Ornock Street. That is Ornock Street looking north. This house is for sale. Doesn't mean looking for a single family home. But yeah, this is what it looks like on the north side. So there are windows on three sides. There's windows on the north side, windows on the east side, and windows on the south side. And the colors are white and orange. It's an orange stripe. The contrast, of course, this is Best Western, right? So it can't be compared to, say, the Marriott. The Marriott colors are blue. And this design, that's the Pegasus Suites stand out because Pegasus Suites is an all-glass building, and people were saying, some people actually thought it was controversial. walking on Rob Street now. We're going to see the west side because I want to show you that what's interesting is that it actually has a different design on the west side. So a lot of people were complaining that the new Pegasus Suites with all glass was boring, didn't have much design, but what I'll show you now is that it stands out. It's very different, right? It's different from these hotels. Now, you can see the west side. The west side has no windows. It's just a flat wall. So we can see that there are windows on three sides of the building. There's windows on the east side, windows on the north and south sides, but no windows on the west side. At least not very many. Now these buildings, this one for example, is a Chinese building. I think it's also a hotel, although I don't think it's operating. It's not an international hotel. There's a hardware store on the ground floor, and there is I think it was supposed to be a hotel above. But this is what it looks like. Okay, so there are a couple of windows on one corner, so you can see there windows on the southwestern corner of the building, but not all the way around. But that's it, guys. That's what the building looks like when it's revealed. We're now on Rob Street. That's what the new Marriott Hotel looks like on all four sides now it's revealed. And what I was saying is that when you compare it to the Pegasus Suites and Corporate Center, it actually is a very different building. What I can predict is that, like the Marriott Hotel, that's built with exposed brick and concrete the way this is, what you will have is a problem cleaning the building. Eventually what you have is these mildew streaks from water running down the sides of the building, that eventually causing discoloration, which is why I actually prefer glass buildings. Some people were saying, well, why were you so excited about the glass structure of the Marriott? It's because the Marriott uses glass for the first time in a country where glass was not really a building material. And what I saw as an advantage is that it would eventually make it easier to clean the buildings, right? It would make it easier to clean, to keep the building, the surface, the outer surface of the building clean, because glass is a lot easier to clean or to keep clean in the tropics, right? There's no, at least that's my theory, there is no surface for the, it's not a hospitable surface for the growth of algae and fungus and so on, which is what causes discoloration of these concrete buildings. I just want to show you here by contrast or by comparison. This is the Sleepin Hotel and Casino, right? This is at the corner of Albert Street and Church Street, right? The Sleepin Hotel and Casino, Albert Street and Church Street. They're building an extension, as you can see. They are acquiring the properties around this building and they're building an extension to their hotel, their casino. But what I want to show you is that eventually what happens when you build a building with exposed concrete and it's painted, eventually it gets faded, right? So it begins to show its age pretty quickly. Now this building is probably a few years old now, but as you can see, the paint is beginning to fade. Right, the outer structural design of the building in terms of its color is beginning to show its age. So what you have to do is you have to constantly update, paint the building. You have to paint it like once a year just to keep it bright. But this is what's happening here. This is the Sleepin Hotel. Another hotel. This is still expanding. As you can see, the extension on the side. It's still growing, it's still expanding. And it's one of now, what, 3 hotels in this 3-block area. Walking on Merriman's Mall, this area, actually, this area was given to Eddie Grant. I think Eddie Grant and his company were building these pillars here called the ring bang pillars. But if Eddie Grant and his group hadn't built these pillars now, I think this would already be parking lot, right? So these monuments have been constructed by Eddie Grant and his group. Here he calls it the Pan-African Gardens Heritage Property. And so Eddie Grant actually has been responsible for building structures on this section of the Merriman's Mall, and they built the pillars, which he calls ring bang pillars, 3 pillars in the center, and they built that platform, that concrete structure with a fence. These, I don't know what they are, there are no labels on them, but they're also part of the Pan-African Heritage Garden. And I just wanted to show you, this is the, by comparison, the Sleepin Hotel and Carnival Casino. There's some labels on this one. Let's see what it says. It says, in commemoration of John Victor Augustus Lonk, Bachelor of Engineering and LRSM, August 1943 to October 2019, son of Ivy Nelbertha Lonk, née Archer, and Francis Percival Lonk, violinist, engineer, athlete. He was an executive member of the Pan-African Movement, Guyana branch, and a member of the International African Affairs Committee. So, in commemoration of Charles Sheriff Conway and Joseph Hakeem McIntosh. So, these pillars are supposed to commemorate Pan-Africanism. But this video is about these hotels, and I just wanted to make a comparison, a quick comparison as I close this video here, a quick comparison of what the architecture of the casino, that is the Carnival Casino, is compared to the Best Western, right? So we can see now the Best Western Hotel from this location. And you can see it's actually quite similar in architecture. But that's it, guys. That's what's happening in this neck of the woods. That's the Best Western Hotel now being revealed as the scaffolding is being removed. You can see that it has windows on 3 of the 4 sides. And that's the Carnival Casino, Sleepin Hotel and Carnival Casino. And we are in this neck of the woods, standing right now on Merriman's Mall, where Eddie Grant has been building a Pan-African garden. And behind this building, behind these trees, that's the largest mosque in Guyana, Queenstown Masjid. Right, the Queenstown Jama Masjid. And that's North Road. Share this video with friends and family around the world. Let people know what's happening here in Georgetown, Guyana. Later! That's how the city's changing. Somebody wanted to know what's happening with parking. Well, this is what parking was supposed to be, or what the government would like parking to be, where parking is supposed to be. Government is going to turn all of this area into a parking lot. And if it weren't for any grant, this area here would also be a parking lot. Later!